Hello everyone, it's Monica, also known as Sleep After 60, and it's Wednesday, October 11th of 2017, and I'm coming to you for my week 30th. Can you believe this? It's week 30th. My week 30th update from VSG, which I had on March 14th of 2017 at the Twin Cities with Dr. Daniel Leslie at University of Minnesota Fairview Hospital. I started my experience. I started at 240 pounds, and when I started with the University of Minnesota, I was down to 224. Their surgery was 198, and what the hell has happened? What has happened? Yesterday, which is the day I weigh in, I was 143.5, which means I lost 2.9 pounds this week. How can that be? When last month I lost 2.2 pounds the whole month. I don't understand it, other than I had this, and if you follow me on Instagram, and I'm Sleep After 60, I posted that on Saturday night I had this Trader Joe's salad. I don't think it had anything to do with Trader Joe's, but I experienced severe dumping. Just out of the blue, I ate this salad, had dried cranberries and walnuts, and poppy seed dressing. I just didn't feel like doing much of anything. My husband is 7 months, was watching football. So, I had a prefab salad, and I just decided to have it. And within a half an hour, and I must say I probably ate it a little too fast. I didn't eat all the greens, but I just ate the chicken, the things that were in it. Within a half an hour, I was excruciating stomach cramp, and it was kind of like a cramp, but it wasn't like a cramp, but it was like a doubled over pain. Had diarrhea, which was a good thing. And just the sweats that I think I'm going to pass out, that should I be laying on the floor or not, that I didn't even have enough strength to shout out to him, who was downstairs watching football in our family room. So and then not that I would ever do that again, to have that kind of weight loss. And I think that probably, that Sunday wasn't as much, but every day I sort of lost a little more. And I think this morning I gained like 1/10 of a pound, but then again, I was too lazy to take off. Most of the time I sleep with jewelry on, and I don't even know because it's beginning to get cold, so I may not even have taken off my nightgown, because it was kind of cold to come downstairs and weigh. So anyway, that's what happened, and I lost 2.9 pounds. As I think I told you, in the past, I don't have a goal weight. My doctor, when I saw him from a 6-week checkup, which is a couple of weeks ago, what he said was, we don't do that. Your body, will go where it needs to go, and I'm, almost 5'5". I've been a little bit thinner than this in the past, once before when I had plastics, and I lost a lot of weight. But happy as can be. I'm feeling really healthy. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling energized, and life is good. I'm going to OH, and I was really kind of I had to really be really careful about not saying, well, I should weigh this amount or not weigh. And I have to be honest. I mean, I did, because I think I still struggle, with some of those feelings. And, well, did I want to be at 140 when I went, which, is in like 2 weeks. I think I'd leave 2 weeks from tomorrow, or 2 weeks from today, maybe. But I just don't want to, I had to sort of stop and go, okay, now, the recovery is recovery, and that's what you celebrate. So Aside from that, my hair is finally, I just got a haircut in my hair. You know, I have a lot of baby hair, and it takes a lot of work to just, you know, to get a little body. And I decided to let it grow. I haven't had, you know, this length for 20 some years, I think, when my husband and I first started dating. And so it's a change, you know. In clothing, I pretty much, you know, here's an interesting thing that I want to share, because I had this coupon for $10 off if you bought something at Target for $20. I usually don't buy clothes there, and it has nothing to do with Target. It's just that the fitting room makes me anxious, that whole area where women's clothing is, so I usually don't go. And I live by a superstore. They've done all these changes, but there's something about the lighting and the height and all that just makes me anxious. So I usually buy online. But anyway, I had this, I mean, how can you go wrong when you have $10 off? So I went and I was looking for just a little sort of print, you know, fall, because fall has fallen in the Twin Cities. And so anyhow, so I was looking at these pans that were out and about, you know, out. I didn't have to go too far into the department. And I think I may even stand up and show it. Let's see if I can do that. Can I do that? Ooh, maybe not. Okay, so I don't know if can you see maybe in the back. Okay, so really sort of little, you know, I call them Laura Petrie pants. Sort of little, you know, and usually at my 240 pounds, I don't wear pants. I'm just not comfortable. For a long time, I didn't wear pants. I wear knit dresses and all that. But anyhow, so I saw them, and in my head, you know, I kind of looked at a 4, I looked at a 6, and in my head, you know, I bought a pair. So today I was, you know, I was going to dress with a sweater to go out with my husband and for an appointment, and then we were going to have dinner, and I just went and I tried it on. And of course, if I don't have my glasses, I can't see. So I put them on, and they're loose, and I was very self-congratulatory. You know, I was congratulating myself. I was totally full of myself. And I thought that, you know, you should do a video about this, because I always try to buy bigger. I always do that, and I know that some people in the community, you know, don't believe in that, and I'm very respectful. But my style is that it needs to skim, nothing too tight, because you look, in my humble opinion, you look a little heavier if it's tight, at least on me. So anyway, so I was, you know, it's loose, it's great. I made the right decision. So I was just kind of, you know, getting dressed, and I had, you know, those tags, and of course, like I said, I didn't have my glasses, so I took a pair of scissors and I cut them off, and I looked, and it was a size 4, not a size 6, which means that it was a loose size 4, which sent me into a panic, because I thought, wait, you know, I can't accept the fact that I would ever be a size 2, nor do I want to be a size 2. What does a size 2 mean? And you know, and I started all that crazy thinking that it's not that hard for me to do. And then, you know, I sort of took a step back and thought, this is what I'm talking about, that it's a mind game, because nothing changed this morning from when I, you know, weighed myself, showered, had breakfast, you know, decided to get dressed, all that other stuff. Nothing changed. And all of a sudden, a number of pair of pants can send me, you know, into sort of a tailspin. And now remember that they're smaller than I thought, but my point being that it's the number that can play with my, you know, with my emotions, because normally I would have said, oh gee, this is not, you know, a label that I wear often, so that's why. And I don't even know what made me, I don't recall what made me buy a 4 instead of the 6, because I would have thought, well, the way that it's cut, it's for a younger group and blah, blah, blah. And of course, as you may know, if you follow me, I have no butt, no, no boobs, no butt. I'm now straight, up and down sort of. And so it was just fascinating because I really had to, and then of course I went to explain all this to my husband, who never understands when I explain any of this, because his thing being, I thought that was the whole point, that you'd be smaller. So, but you can understand how 30 weeks, years and years and years of therapy, how I still have have issues with a number and everything else. Then on the other hand, or in addition to, I went for a second opinion regarding my arms and having surgery, and I saw the original doctor who. The original plastic surgeon who did my tummy tuck and my breast when I turned 50, which was 14 years ago. And I decided to go with him, and December 3rd is my surgery date. And, when I showed him how well his work has stood up to the test of time, having, gained 100 pounds and lost it. Needless to say, interestingly enough, he remembered me, but he remembered me regarding the fact that I had gained weight back then. So that's coming up, and I don't know how I feel about that, other than I'm doing it. I'm not scared, but that's pretty much it. Once I get that done, I'm done. And it's hard to to put that into words. What does that mean? In life itself, when you're always thinking about, you spend so much time and energy thinking about your weight. I have so much more space in my brain for worrying about other things now that I don't worry every day about my, what I'm eating, my weight. And really, it's not so much my weight as my relationship with food. I'm not having that struggle every day, and I'm just, dealing with real life, stuff. So that's kind of where I am. I wanted to thank everyone who contacted me about, what I said last week about feeling sort of out of sync because I'm not struggling, and you were all incredible, and thank you. I'm looking at doing other things to talk about, the struggles of just aging and body changing as we lose weight. And so that's where I think I'm going to go, because I think I have other things to discuss, being 65 almost, and having this experience. So I will continue, to do my best to be as open as I can and to share as much as I can, especially about, my struggle in how I've gotten into the peace that I've gotten into with the help of treatment and a lot of work. So we're in this together. I thank every one of you who are so lovely to me always. And besos to all of you. Have a great week, and we'll talk next week.